As they say, the party don't start till I walk in. All right, now here's how Ryan Garcia can beat Devin Haney. Before I get started, I would like you to know that I did not pick Ryan to win this fight at all. I give Ryan a 5% chance to win this fight, and I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or disregarding. I just believe that Haney is so many levels above Ryan Garcia. And I also think that Ryan has been going through a lot of things that affect the boxer's performance. Like Ryan admits to having mental depression. And this is before he ever fought Tank Davis. After he got dropped by Luke Campbell, he went through a state of depression. So after quitting against Tank, who knows how Ryan really is feeling mentally? But that's besides the point. Although I give Ryan a 5% chance to win, guess what? I do believe he has a chance. 5% is more than enough chance in a sport where one punch can end it all. So let me get to my point when I say here's how Ryan could beat Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia, in order to beat Devin Haney, he has to accept who he is and who he's not. You know who Ryan is not? Ryan is not Floyd Mayweather. He is not Pernell Whitaker. He's not one of the greats who have good defense at all. Someone says, KJ, this man Canelo wasted our time today with that announcement. Facts. It was an announcement that we already knew. But I don't know, I'm random. Make sure you tap in the screen. If you're here, make sure you like it a lot. But Ryan Garcia, he's not Floyd or Pernell. He's not great on defense. But he does have fast reflexes. He does have fast hands. Ryan fights tall like who? He fights tall like Muhammad Ali. Now, if you know anything about Ali, in the 60s, Ali was damn near untouchable. Every once in a while, he get caught with a hook. Everybody that's liking the live, thank you. But in the 70s, Ali's reflexes slowed down, so Ali took a lot of punches, a lot of punishment. But Ali was okay with taking that punishment in order to land his shots and land his offense and get the dub. Someone says Ryan can't learn proper defense in 10 months. Thank you. But he shouldn't be trying to learn proper defense. Ryan should be working on his punch resistance. He should be working on his mentality as far as taking punches, because if he can adopt a more aggressive style, a style where he's okay with walking guys down, he's okay with trading. That's how Ali fought in the 70s. Ryan has a lot of the speed that Ali had in his upper body, not in his lower body. He can't move like Ali. His feet don't dance like Ali, but in his upper body, Ryan can throw those combinations. So if Ryan could just accept who he is and who he's not, I don't want to see him out there against Devin Haney trying to do the shoulder roll. Fuck the shoulder roll. If Devin throws a 1-2 at you, a 1-2-3 combination, you might take a step back or eat those punches. Ali, I was watching a fight with Ali earlier. He's fighting some brother, I can't think of his name. But the guy was putting it on Ali. Ali ate a lot of the shots because Ali wasn't focused on getting hit. He was focused on landing his own offense. And I think that's one of the man has to understand. He will never
Yo,
be a defensive fighter. In that case, if you're not going to be good at defense, you should then lean on your offense. You should then lean on things that you can control, like your toughness, discipline, conditioning. Someone says Devin's outworking him for sure. When is this fight? This fight is April 20th. Yo, Boxy Dragon, what's up?
what's up, KJ? What's up? How's it going tonight, my boy?
Chilling tonight, man. We just getting started. Hey, KB Trip, thanks for liking the live. Everybody that's in the chat, make sure y'all liking the live. Boxy Dragon, did you hear about my strategy for Ryan Garcia? Did
Nah,
you
tell me
hear?
about it, gang. Tell
Okay,
me
so
about it.
this is my strategy, and I want you to let me know whether you agree with this. I want you to let me know whether you think Ryan has a shot. Now, I give Ryan a 5% chance to win, but with that being said, if Ryan uses this strategy, the strategy of fighting like Ali in the 70s. I don't know if you know about Ali in the 70s, but Ali's reflexes had slowed down. So he got more into a lot of brawls. He got more into a lot of trades. He wasn't able to dodge a lot of punches. So what did he do? He ate a lot of punches. He ate a lot of punches. He ignored it. He toughed it out. And he made sure to be in position to land his offense. I think Ryan has to take a similar approach to boxing at this point in his career, especially when going up against top competition, because one thing we know is punches hurt. So imagine when Ryan came forward against Tank after he had got dropped, he came forward in that one round and landed some big shots. Tank said those were the hardest shots he's been hit by. So imagine if Ryan comes out in the first round with that aggression, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and he's not worried about getting hit. Who knows what's going to happen? who knows what he could do to Devin. Someone says come out firing like Hagler did Hearns. That's possible, but the thing is, Marvin Hagler was completely dedicated to boxing, so he could take those big risks like that. And also, Marvin Hagler almost got knocked out in that first round.
I
He was just
think
on a different level.
I didn't mean to cut you off, KJ, but
No, you good, you good, you
I
good.
think Ryan is in a pretty good spot right now as far as like game plans wise. I think the perfect key to win this fight would just be feints, man. Everybody already knows that the left hook is coming, so that's the perfect little niche for him to like utilize a bunch of feints in order to like, gauge the reactions out of Devin and like really set him up for some nice clean shots and that Ryan also does have more than a left hook. He's really good with his right hand. He has a really strong
Yeah, his
right
right
hand.
hand is really good. I was watching some of his knockouts yesterday.
He's got some solid KOs off of that right hand. So what I think he should do, definitely bait Devin in with that left to gauge a reaction, have him duck under, and then just start shooting a right down to the down below. You know what I'm saying? As Devin's like kind of ducking under the hook. You know how Devin did the same joint, like he ducked under.
Ryan did that to I don't know if it's Fortuna. I think he did that to Fortuna, maybe.
Oh
But
I think he did
basically,
do that too. I think it was either Fortuna or Tago. It was one of those two
yeah,
guys.
one of those guys. He set up the right hand with the hook.
Yeah,
Great
so
that you mentioned that. And T Streak, I thought you was following me this whole time too, but it's all good. If y'all
yeah,
in here, if y'all in the chat, make sure y'all liking the lab. Make sure y'all liking the live. I said the lab. Haney's jab is that next level. That's facts. Haney's jab is next level, but Ryan is gonna have to eat a lot of those jabs to the face if he wants to win. Listen to me when I tell you this. Haney's jab is great. If Ryan wants to win, he's going to have to eat a lot of those jabs to the face. Why? Because Ryan wants to stay in position and land his offense. He doesn't want to be out here trying to do the Philly show. He doesn't want to be out here trying to act like he's a defensive fighter. I know that he's working on skills, and that's all fine and dandy, but Ryan's best skill is his hand speed and his hook and his power. So he should lean on those things. Hey, Eric Patch, thanks for the gifts. Anybody that got gifts, make sure y'all send them, man. It's greatly appreciated.
I'm
Cam the
really
Band, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? So basically, I wanted to speak on this little fight real quick. So basically, I feel like Ryan, let's see, based off Devin Haney's last fight against Regis, I feel like Ryan has like way better footwork than Regis. So I feel like
Way
Devin not
better.
gonna like destroy him like that bad as people are saying. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. I see what you're saying because in the last fight, the Duarte fight, Ryan moved around a little bit. But when I watched Ryan move against Duarte, his movements look unnatural. Ryan had to start and stop. So a man that really has great footwork, he can throw offense while moving on his feet in a fluid kind of way. So it's not like he has to start and set himself to throw a punch. When Ryan was moving against Duarte, he had to take a second to hesitate and reset in order to throw his punches because he's not really a natural mover.
he's not that good
I understand
punching,
what you're saying,
walking in
but
with his punches.
I disagree. Would you say, Boxy?
I said he's not that good with walking, like moving in with his punches. Like, kind of how like Duarte struggled against Ryan because Duarte, his main issue was he could not touch Duarte because he always had to plant his feet before he fought. And
Right.
Oh yeah,
Ryan's
that's a good point. Yeah.
Ryan's a similar fighter. He cannot get the majority of his leverage until his feet are is planted. So he
Yeah,
doesn't really like he
that's what I was
doesn't
saying as far
yeah.
as when he's moving, he has to reset. He has to reset his feet. He has to take a half a second to reset his feet. He can't really just punch on the move. Like how some quarterbacks could run and throw on the move. Ryan it will be like a pocket quarterback. He can't really do the shit on the move. And there's some fighters like that. Now, one thing Ryan does have, Ryan can throw flurries better than Devin Haney. Ryan looks like he has more power than Devin. We won't know until they both get in. Y'all in here, make sure y'all liking the live. But with that being said, if you have all of those offensive gifts, you have to lean on those gifts. Stop trying to act like you're gonna have great defense. Don't go out there trying to do the shoulder roll. Every once in a while, put your hands up because that's basic defense that anyone can do, and that's something that Derrick James is really great at teaching because Errol Spence knows how to get his hands up. Although he struggled in the Terrence Crawford fight, all throughout his career, Errol Spence has shown that he knows how to fight with his hands up. So every once in a while, Ryan get those hands up, but for the most part, accept that you're gonna be hit a lot. Once you get that in your mind, then you could be prepared in order to try to hit Haney back. And as fast as you hit and as powerful as you hit, you got a real chance to try to hurt him. But you got to get into that Ali in the 70s mindset. Ryan got to go watch Ali because they have a lot of the same flaws. They fight with their chin up. They fight with their hands down. You know, they fight with a lot of bravado, a lot of offense, but not with a lot of defensive responsibility.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Devin has a chance at stopping him. That's only because like Ryan, he's not like he doesn't know like the basics of defense. Like he still
He
leaves his
doesn't.
hands down and stuff like that. So
He
yeah.
I'm
doesn't. I
really
mean, you
interested
can
to
fight with
see.
your hands down, but it's the way that you do it. Like a lot of fighters have dropped their lead hand. A lot of great fighters drop their lead hand, but it's the way that you do it. And Ryan, he don't got it. Go ahead, Boxy.
I was just gonna say, I'm really interested to see how the landscape of boxing looks after this fight, because we really only have two. There's two scenarios, you know what I'm saying? So the one that interests me the most is if Devin Haney wins, how is Ryan Garcia's career going to look post second L? You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think, honestly, I think Ryan Garcia, aside from skill, because I know people are gonna crucify me when I say this. Aside from skill, he's one of the closest things to Floyd Mayweather that we have in this current generation, alongside Tank, Canelo, and Devin. That's because I'm
You
talking
said
about
Ryan?
strictly showmanship. Yes, I'm talking about strictly showmanship.
No, hell no.
Strictly showmanship. I'm not talking
No,
skill.
it's not even close. I mean, Ryan is a great showman, but you gotta understand, Floyd Mayweather's name is on the pay per view at the top of the pay per view all time list. Like it's not even close. Ryan is a good showman though. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter if Ryan loses if he gets a second L. It'd actually be good for boxing because Ryan, as you all know, he looks like a white boy. He has the complexion for the connection and for the protection. And Ryan is also a great showman. Ryan is also a great salesman, a great marketer. So the fact that he's the one that's taking these losses, and there's other fighters where if they were to take one loss, people would try to ruin their career. This is good for the fans to understand that you could lose a big fight and people will still invest in you. So Ryan is pretty much getting, it's like he's sacrificing himself, and it's good for the sport because he's not supposed to beat Devin Haney. He wasn't supposed to beat Tank. Probably wouldn't beat T.O., wouldn't beat Sabril Matias. Hell, we don't know if he would beat Rolly Romero. So if he goes out here and he takes these losses, but he's still getting pay-per-view sales, that's sending boxing in a good direction, believe it or not. And if y'all in here, everybody that's in the chat, make sure y'all tapping the screen. Make sure we pushing the live. Thank you.
Yeah, because the reason I state this is because I was looking at some of the work that Ryan's been doing to promote this fight so far. As I don't know if everybody's seen it, but he was about the episode hasn't aired yet, but he filmed an episode with Bobby, that lady, Bobby Althoff or whatever. And then not only that, he appeared on Neon's kick stream, which is like,
I seen that.
Yeah, I seen that
it's
too.
not
I
Yeah.
didn't
like
watch it,
it's
but I
not really
seen
big for us,
it on
but you know what
YouTube.
I'm
I didn't get to
saying?
watch it though.
It's big for people.
Yeah, I've
So
seen a few clips.
that's like the reason I'm saying is because I don't see any boxer today putting in that kind of work to gain a new fan base. I think the closest was Tank. Tank did an interview with what's that guy's name? He has a similar interview style to Bobby. I forgot his
Yeah,
name. I
you're
forgot his
talking
name.
about the Funny
Funny
Marco.
Marco.
Funny
Yeah, Funny
Marco.
Marco.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like aside from Tank, like you don't even really see Canelo doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I mean
like
Canelo feel like you don't have to at this point. Hey, Ant Medicine, if you're gonna just be negative all day in the chat, go on and get up out of here. All right, because if you saying we don't know shit and all this, why are you watching? Somebody said you need to earn your opponent's respect to keep them off all night. Haney won't. I disagree. The Haney and the Regis Pro Race fight showed that Haney will get respect. Double X, thanks for liking the live. Everybody that's liking the live, thank you. KW World, thanks for liking the live. But back to my main point. This is not necessarily about respect. Ryan has to get it in his head that his reflexes on defense, they're poor at the top levels. So he's gonna always be taking a lot of hits. He's always gonna be getting hit. What does that mean? Once you accept it, it makes it easier to take those hits. Now you can hit the opponent back. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you're fighting. We saw in the Daniel Dubois Alexander Usyk fight. Although Dubois was robbed, he was able to beat a fighter that was better than him because he landed the perfect shot at the right time. So once you put those gloves on, and these are 8 ounces that these men are going to have on, anything can happen. Ryan has to stay in position, even if that means getting hit 15 to 20 times, like an Ali in the 70s, and land his offense. And that's my point of really making this live. I think this is Ryan's only chance to win. Mind you, I only give him a 5% chance to win because the skill level is just so far, so different.
Yeah, Devin's
The
just
one
too
and only,
superior
what's
for him.
up, man?
He's just too skilled.
I agree. The one and only, what's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Doing good, man.
So,
So you guys talking about Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney?
Yes, I believe that the only way that Ryan could beat Haney, he has to accept that he's not going to be a defensive fighter. He's never going to be a shoulder roller. You see that? This shit right there would get him beat up against Haney. So what he has to do is he has to take an approach like Muhammad Ali in the 70s, and he has to focus on landing his offense, even if that means him getting hit 10 to 15 times, even if it means him sacrificing his body. Because that's what Ali really did in order to remain the champion. Whoever in the chat talking about, am I single and all that, I'm trying to stay focused and alive. I'm not really, I don't know if you're trolling, but that's what
yeah. Oh, go ahead. One and only. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and also Ryan, he shouldn't fight how he did against Tank because he honestly could have did way better. I think he would have lost anyways, even if he performed better. But if he just spams like left hook every second, Devin Haney's gonna knock him out.
Oh man, that left
now,
hook 4 times in a row hurt my fucking soul. Hurt my soul, bro.
all right, now check this out. Ryan, he threw a left hook 4 times. I was just watching the fight when. Oh no, you don't have to apologize. You good? Just let's stay focused on the live. I was watching the fight where Salvador Sanchez he threw 4 left hooks. I was watching this earlier to the abdomen, to the rib cage of Wilfredo Gomez. 4 consecutive. So it's not about whether or not you telegraph the shot. Pretty much, it comes down to how great you are because great boxers they get away with doing things wrong. Floyd Mayweather threw 4 straight right hands at Arturo Gatti. The difference is those fighters were already broke down by the time these dudes were throwing the same punch 4 or 5 times. Ryan tried to do that shit, and Tank had never really been hurt by Ryan. Tank had never really been slowed down at all. If y'all in here, make sure y'all tapping the screen. Make sure y'all liking the live at all times. XX, thank you. I appreciate you fucking with the live. So I think that Ryan, once again, and I'm gonna let you go, the one and only, but I think that Ryan, he has to go in there with an offensive mindset. He has to really tough it out, bite down on his mouthpiece. He didn't do that in the Tank Davis fight. I think the one and only mentioned that he could have fought much better, but he has to understand that damn, I was not blessed with defensive reflexes, and I haven't been working on my fundamentals throughout the years. I haven't really improved defensively throughout the years, so that means I'm going to be getting hit in order to beat these guys. A fighter that adopts this style where he accepts that he's going to be taking damage is Sabril Matias. Sabril Matias,
Oh
if you
yeah, that
watch
motherfucker fights his chin of steel.
Yeah.
Sabril Matias, I heard he's been dropped before, so he doesn't necessarily have a chin of steel, but he has a heart
He wasn't exactly
that
John.
pumps blood. You
I can't
understand?
imagine that guy being dropped, bro. I saw his last fight and he was eating bombs from that
His
fucking
last fight was really
that
good.
Russian
But
dude, bro.
I heard that he has been clipped before. In
Yeah.
one live.
He's been hurt. He went up against the ropes. It was like a standing knockdown, like
That's
the
crazy.
standing 8 count. Yeah.
Do you know what fight that was? Because I want to see that. Because that to me seems
Um,
unreal.
Hey, you don't even if you don't know the fight, just go type in Sabril Matias gets dropped on YouTube. It probably
I'll bet.
pop
Yeah, I'm
up.
gonna do that.
Do you think Devin Haney has a glass jaw?
We really haven't seen that. We seen Devin jaw get tested in a Linares fight, but I mean, Devin don't really get caught too cleanly because he, unlike Ryan, has great defense and footwork.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
definitely see that in the Regis Prograis fight. That's why I think he's gonna win because he's just gonna step all around him, use his footwork, and Ryan's so flat-footed. But my bad.
Now I'm gonna address that as I address this comment. It says I think Ryan gets outclassed. I don't think he has anything. He'll be intimidated, in my opinion. Now Ryan has shown that at the top levels he will get intimidated. He's shown that in the Tank Davis fight where it's like, damn, nothing is going how I planned, and that's why I think that's really why Ryan didn't get up. It wasn't necessarily that so much the pain, but it was more mentally like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna do? This man has been beating on me round after round. So he does get intimidated once he goes up to the next level. Now, as far as the one and only talking about Ryan stepping around, I mean, Devin basically boxing circles around Ryan. Devin can do that, and we know that Devin can do that. But the entire world is going to be watching this fight. Not the entire world, but a bigger crowd than ever in Devin Haney's career. So if Devin really wants to be a pay-per-view star, and he said this I'm doing the video on this later, but he said that he's the new face of boxing. If Devin wants to be the face of boxing, he will not be able to just dance around Ryan. He's gonna have to
That's
put on
facts.
himself. He's gonna have to take risk, and that's why this fight is going to be what I anticipated at first. Because I think that Devin's gonna go out here and try to make a statement. He's been talking about getting a stoppage, and I hope that he doesn't just box. I hope he goes out there and lets his hands go, beats up on a superstar, and take a lot of this man's fans.
That's why I think Ryan has a legitimate shot because of the mental aspect of this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like you had just mentioned, this is the biggest fight for Devin. Like the biggest opportunity for him to propel himself into face of boxing conversations. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna want to show out.
If
He
Ryan could,
can't he can't just have the biggest
if
fight and just
Yeah.
Devin could
like
put
So
on,
box.
Devin doesn't even necessarily need a knockout. If he can get a stoppage, and if he could put on a Floyd Mayweather Arturo Gotti performance, it would do a lot to his stardom. But somebody said Ryan already has been beat by Tank. That's facts. So this win isn't going to have the same spunk or the same energy or aura around it because Ryan already has a loss. So that's a great point. However, Devin Haney is known for being what? Pillow fisted. He's known for, clinching and stuff like that. There are a lot of, even though he really doesn't clinch that much anymore, in his last few fights, he's looked great. He's shown great power in the Regis Prograis fight. People put a lot of negative stigmas around Devin Haney. So if Devin can go out there on the biggest stage of his career and put on an offensive performance, a performance where he gets a stoppage where Ryan's corner has to retire, it would do a lot for his stardom. Like people who've never seen Devin Haney fight, they're going to be watching him because Ryan brings in a lot of casual fan base. So that's how you steal fans. You take fans off of a star by beating that star's ass. So that's going to put Devin at risk to get caught by one of those hooks because Devin doesn't want to go out there and fight a safe fight. If he fights a safe fight, he'll win easily, but he won't win any of the fans. He won't. In fact, coming off the Jermaine Ortiz fight, fans are looking for Devin Haney to try to win on his feet just so they could call him a runner. Tavin, thanks for liking the live. So Devin's going to have to fight in a style and in a way where he can be endearing to the fans, and he can get them really on his side going forward because he's going to need it to leverage out that fight between him and Tank that's going to be later on down the road.
yeah, so you remember that video you were talking about how Terrence Crawford, like his style is like he likes to take one to give one and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So in order for Devin to become like a pay-per-view star and stuff like that, he's gonna have to do the same thing. He might have to risk some things.
Now,
And same thing with Ryan if he wants to get that knockout and beat Devin Haney because he knows for sure he can't outbox him. So if he wants to
well,
like
Ryan
knock
don't
him out,
even have to, believe it or not, if Ryan don't even have to knock dudes out. People like Ryan for reasons outside of boxing. They don't really care about his boxing skills. Like the casuals that follow Ryan, they don't know much about boxing. They like him because he's charismatic. They find him to be
He's mad
attractive and stuff like
personable,
that.
bro. Not
yeah,
gonna
Now,
cap to you.
I'm saying like for him to
mhm.
win, he'll have to do
now,
that.
now,
But for Devin, it's different. He'll have to do that to like sell more and stuff like that.
now, when you talk about Devin becoming a star and stuff like that, even if Devin really knock Ryan out and all that, it's not necessarily gonna make him a star like Tank, but it's gonna do a lot to get his fan base up.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think Devin. It doesn't matter what style he wins in. To be honest with you, he shouldn't want to win on his feet because they're gonna use that against him. That's gonna hurt him. But even if he were to put on a miraculous performance, I don't think people are really ready to get behind Devin Haney as a pay-per-view star. And I think it's something it has to do with things outside of the ring. Like when you talk about pay-per-view stardom, right? Rolly Romero is nowhere near as skilled as Devin Haney. But Rolly, he's a bigger star than Devin in the sport because Rolly has more personality. Rolly, he links and clicks more with the people for whatever reason. So Devin has to figure out something outside of the ring. And maybe Devin is never going to become a big, big star. But at the end of the day, he could be like how Evander Holyfield was. Evander Holyfield was there to beat up on the stars. So Devin could be one of those guys who, so what? He's not your favorite fighter, but he's beating up on all your favorite fighters. And that's the thing. It's always been a thing in boxing. It's like the unsung hero. But he gets sung, he gets his credit by winning, but in popular opinion and in public opinion, he'll never really be given those praises. And it is what it is.
What's your opinion on like for Ryan? Like he was with Joe Goosen, and yeah, like honestly, he's probably better off with I forgot his name, whoever he's with now, who trained Errol Spence and Frank Martin.
What's my opinion on Joe Goosen?
Yeah, like, do you think he was a bad trainer, or do you think Ryan just
No, Joe Goossen was just there to get paid. He knew Joe Goossen has been around boxing for years. He's worked with some of the best boxers in the sport. So he knew that Ryan couldn't beat Tank. So, but the thing is, there's a lot of coaches like that. It's a lot of coaches who know that they've been around for a long time. Like Freddie Roach, he's coaching Jaime Munguia, right? So if Jaime fights Canelo, Freddie Roach deep down might know that Munguia doesn't have what it takes to beat Canelo, but he's never gonna say it. You have to work with what you got. So deep down, Joe Goossen knew, like, oh shit, this motherfucker does not have what it takes. He does not have the fundamentals to beat Tank Davis. But Joe Goossen had to work with what he had. The reason why Joe Goossen fucked up and the reason why Oscar De La Hoya fucked up and Bernard Hopkins, when Ryan lost, they didn't support him. So they showed disloyalty in that fact. That's what they fucked up at. And they should have understood like how Floyd understands. You see, Floyd, he ran right over to Ryan because Floyd realized, damn, Ryan lost, but he still can make so much money. So Floyd will stand next to Ryan in a loss. Floyd will stand next to Ryan in an instance where Ryan quits because Floyd sees that Ryan can bring in money. Oscar and Bernard and Joe Goossen, all of them was thinking emotionally. They were thinking like fans. They weren't thinking like businessmen. They didn't want to be associated with the loser. That's how boxing fans think. They're like, oh no, he lost. Or if you get knocked out, you're gonna be a meme the next day. People don't want to be associated with the guy that gets knocked out. They want to be associated with the champion.
Yeah, boxing fans switch up so fast. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Somebody said, do you think Derrick James is a good trainer for him? I don't think he can help much, your opinion. Look, Ryan Garcia has been around the sport since he was a kid. He is who he is. If I was Ryan, I would never have switched trainers because it's not like he's listening to these motherfuckers anyway. Ryan needs to go watch them old Ali fights in the 70s, and he can see Ali, he didn't have great defense either. What did he do? He took a hell of a beating in order to get his victories. So Ryan has to make a decision. Do I want to take all of this punishment in order to win or no? Do I want to just, make these big fights happen and call it a career? Or maybe Ryan could go away for some time instead of stop trying to making all these big fights happen and actually work on the defense. But right now at the top of the division, at the top tier competition, he's not going to be able to learn all of this shit in this accelerated manner. Someone says Ryan might not be built like that, though. I agree. Most fighters are not built like that. Ali used to take a lot of damage and punishment just to get the W. Most people would not do that. Someone says Tank over everybody. That's possible. Tank Davis could be above all of these guys, but we don't know until they fight.
Tank
I don't
don't
think
fight
Tank
none
will
of
beat
them.
Devin Haney.
Can I address the comments real quick?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Like this guy's saying like doesn't matter. Only scared and weak fighters use rehydration clause. Okay, you might have a point, but like Ryan agreed to the rehydration clause, which means
Oscar De La Hoya used to use rehydration clauses.
yeah, there's probably a lot of fighters that use it. Like
Yeah, Ryan just brought it up so he could have a safety net if he lost.
that's a good.
Because there's all rehydration clause is nothing new to boxing. Ryan and plus Tank was under the same clause. It's not like Ryan was necessarily at a disadvantage. Both fighters were under the same clause. Someone said Canelo used it. Like
Canelo
rehydration
used it
clause.
against Callum Smith.
Yeah,
Don't you have to follow the rehydration clause every time you fight for the IBF?
I don't know.
I think it's
It's one of the belts that the rehydration
it's only
clause
if you
came from
activate
that
it. Yeah, it's with the
division.
IBF though. Yeah.
You think Ryan could do some real damage to Haney? Yes, but Ryan has to go in there with a damaging mentality. Like I said earlier, Sabril Matias, that's the style that Ryan needs. Maybe I have to do that visual for TikTok because I didn't even think of the comparison, but Ryan needs a Sabril Matias mentality in order for him to beat Devin Haney. He could not be worried about getting hit. He could not be worried about acting like he's going to become, a Philly show expertise and shit. Like, look at this. He cannot be turning his back to the opponent. No, he turned his back against Tank. Tank set his midsection on fire. I would never forget. It was like a 4-punch combination. It was all hooks because Tank knew he didn't have to worry about anything coming back. So that's when you lose respect. You lose respect in the ring. I'm not saying he lost my respect. I'm saying in the ring, if your opponent doesn't know nothing's coming back, they don't respect you. Next thing you know, they throwing all type of combinations. Someone says, is this the best version of Devin? The fight will be at yes. This is the best version of Devin Haney right now. I mean, Devin, the power that he showed at the 140-pound weight class against Regis, that was the best power he showed really in his career. Because Regis is the top competition. He's not, some bus boy. He's not a guy that's handing out ice cream in the summertime. He's not working at Rita's. No, Regis was a legit champion.
He's definitely gonna want to show out for this fight. Oh, the one and only. Go ahead, my boy.
I appreciate it. I said, would you consider Oscar Duarte to be like what tier fighter, like a B tier, C tier? Like I don't really know.
Oscar Duarte is a C tier fighter whose career they've managed very well. But when I say C tier, it's no disrespect. Oscar Duarte is tough as hell. When I was breaking down that fight, because I wanted to do a fight prediction and shit, you watch Oscar Duarte, he always tries his best to win. He can take a lot of punches, he can take a lot of damage, and he does whatever he can to try to get the W. Someone says Duarte is tough but no skills. That's pretty much a good summation of Oscar Duarte. Doesn't have a very high skill level, but he's tough as hell. There are fighters like that. Not everybody is going to be super skilled. So that's why it's called the sweet science. Not all
KJ.
scientists understand the, different chemical processes and shit. So their experiment isn't going to be as extravagant as the next man's experiment. But it doesn't mean that they can't have a successful experiment. It doesn't mean they can't go out there and win.
Someone said that Regis is a slow old guy. I don't know
Regis
about
wasn't
that,
old.
but
His feet were slow, but he wasn't old.
yeah. So I just wanted to speak on that real quick. I say out of the four
Hate it when people
champions,
disrespect champions, man.
yeah. So
They're
like yeah, out of
champions
the
for a
four
reason,
champions at
bro.
140, Regis
Yeah,
probably
Regis
was the
held it
weakest
down.
link.
He had two belts at 142.
So yeah, so like out of
Held
the
it.
four champions, Regis probably was the weakest link. Who knows? But he's still
No,
a
no,
like
no,
a
no, no.
great
I'm sorry.
fighter.
I'm
But he's
sorry.
still like
Rolly
he was so
Romero,
tailor made for Devin. He was more so tailor made.
Rolly
He wasn't a
Romero, I
bad
think
fighter
Devin
though.
would have had an easier chance. Sorry to cut you off, but Rolly had a belt. If Devin really wanted, a walk in the park, Devin would have made a fight with Rolly. He would have made more money than against Regis. But I think Devin was, being smart about it because he gets more credit legacy wise for beating Regis. If he would have beat Rolly, people would have been like, bruh, it's Rolly. And no disrespect to Rolly, but that's how people view Rolly is like, you know, he especially after him getting saved in the Barroso fight, he got knocked out in the Tank fight. People are starting to look like, damn, is Rolly really a champion? So the Pitbull fight is going to tell us a lot about Rolly Romero.
You
But
really think that
Regis was not the weakest link at 140. The
Yeah,
weakest
no,
link
I
was
wasn't saying that. I was just saying like out of the four champions, he was one of like either him or Rolly. So yeah, I know it was definitely Rolly though. I already knew.
you don't think
And with
Rolly
that being
could
said,
be
even though Rolly is the weakest link, Rolly carries a lot of natural power, whereas though he could beat any of those guys if he lands a good shot. So yeah, it's not like Rolly is just some guy that you could just run over. It's just that stylistically, Devin's length, his speed, the way he throws his combination, gets in and out, the way he pivots, his awareness on defense, all of that, I got him beating Rolly, and I think Rolly would have gave him an easier time in progress. At XX, thanks for liking the live. Exactly, Rolly is strong as hell. Thanks for liking the live. Everybody that's been in the chat and that's been liking the live, thank you.
So you guys really think Rolly wouldn't be able to beat Regis at all?
I think Rolly would have been able to beat Regis.
Yeah, I think he could.
He's
I
real
think he could.
awkward.
He has a chance.
He has a real awkward style that would allow him to get a lot of shots in that people like
He
from
definitely has a
angles
chance.
that normally like you wouldn't be able to get in a
Bimbo,
fight.
thanks for the gift.
He didn't
I
do that
appreciate it.
bad against Tank. Like he did get knocked out, but like he really like in the early rounds, he wasn't doing horrible.
He
Was
was going good. I had Rolly winning like 2 to 3 of the early rounds. Some people had him winning all 6 somehow. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean
Rolly
that
a
goes.
black belt in judo?
Oh, I never heard
Yeah,
about that.
he was something in the martial art world, and so is Regis. But a lot of the martial art guys, I noticed that when they have a martial arts background, they be kind of stiff in the ring. Like their feet be flat and they be stiff. And I think it's because their mind is so centered on grappling and taking somebody down.
Yeah, they mostly have like a brawler type style.
Yeah, yep. Somebody says Rolly is the funniest fighter. Well, Rolly does add a lot of comedic value to the sport. So shout out to Rolly.
The
Like
sport of
Tank said
boxing
after
needs
he
more
beat him, shout
Rollies.
out to him. Damn, my neighbors out there listen to them oldie but goodies and shit. Them old head, listen to old head music. That shit sound good though. Someone says he wasn't outboxing Tank the longer the fight went on. Tank was outpointing him. Exactly. I gave Rolly like the first 2 rounds. After that, it was just all Tank. Tank was timing them, landing left hands, countering, boxing and moving, clinching Rolly at the right times. So, Tank just showed that he was more skilled, man.
Yeah,
I
once
think
he figured him out, he just got him out of there.
Yeah. I mean, really, he didn't even figure him out. Rolly just made a mistake.
Yeah.
He got careless. He forgot who he was in there with. Tank Davis is a devastating puncher, a great counter puncher. So it's like, you fuck around and play with Tank, boy. You saw Rolly's eyes rolled in the back of his head. No pun intended. Hey, the one and only, good night, man. I appreciate you coming up. What's up, Shavo? What's good?
Someone
What's
asked,
good,
does Rolly
Kevin?
beat Pitbull?
No.
Nah.
Huh? Oh, does Rolly beat Pitbull? No, I don't got Rolly beating Pitbull. Pitbull, his body, actually, when I watched the face off and shit, Pitbull looks like he's gonna be dangerous at 140. It looks like he could eat a little bit more and shit. He looks like he likes to eat. Like he looks short and
He was
stout.
big as hell.
Somebody says Haney gonna have a field day with Ryan. Quite possible. Haney
See,
could be just on a totally different level. I think Haney could potentially go in there and get to a point where he's playing around with Ryan, because Haney's dedication to the sport, his the speed of his feet, the speed of his combinations, the length of Haney, the way he uses his jab. Ryan Garcia can't really do none of that. Haney fights better while moving than Ryan. Ryan has to reset while he's moving. We saw that in the Duarte fight.
Do you think Ryan has? Do you think Ryan has? Do you feel that he's added anything to his repertoire?
Yeah.
He's been better.
Yeah, well, yeah, you see he actually added in that shoulder roll. The shoulder roll was rusty, but it worked for him. I don't think it would work against Haney, but that's adding. That's an addition. And when you add things, a lot of times you add something, you're not gonna just come out and be perfect at it. But he added in that little turtle shell shit, and it worked at different times. He made Duarte miss. Another thing he added in was footwork in the Duarte fight. He was moving around laterally, trying to set shit up. He was feigning more. So Ryan is definitely working on skills. It's just that at this point, you got to be ready. Like, you have to be ready. What they say? If you already ready, you don't got to get ready or some shit like that.
Yeah, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Stay ready, you
People who
gotta
stay
get
ready don't have to get ready.
Ryan ain't ready.
Yeah,
So he's getting ready at a point where you're supposed to already had his shit. Like Tank, Devin, Shakur, the skill base that they have, they built over the course of years. They just got that shit now. Whereas Ryan is trying to get to that level, but he's at a point where he has the fame where people are wanting him to fight these guys. So it's just a very, very awkward position, much like that damn shoulder roll right here.
Yeah,
very
he's
awkward.
gonna have to work 20 times harder.
Ryan
than
Garcia,
when
he has the
Duarte.
popularity. How I feel about Ryan Garcia. When that white boy knocked him out, even though Ryan Garcia won, I forgot who it was. He dropped him. When he left his chin out. I can't remember who the white boy was that dropped him.
Luke Campbell.
Luke something. Huh?
Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell. Yeah. I basically said Ryan Garcia, he had everything handed to him when he was with Eddie Reynoso and all that other stuff. I'm like, with the opportunities that he had, why didn't he just work on it? Because I've always said that Ryan Garcia was flat-footed. He leaves his chin out too much.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't
it's not about the trainer. It's more so like he
has the popularity. Why don't you just work on the skill, bro?
Because, well, this is the thing. People say you work on the skill. Not everybody can be skillful. That's just life. But I'm gonna answer this question in the chat. It said, "Do you think Ryan will become a journeyman?" No disrespect. Ryan Garcia will be like Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is in the Hall of Fame. He's remembered as a great boxer, but Oscar lost most of his big fights. So Ryan is gonna be a guy that loses most, if not all, of his big fights, but he's still gonna make decent money. Ryan's marketing is based on things outside of boxing. People find him to be attractive. People care about him. Even you said in the chat that you was worried about Ryan getting hurt. Most boxing people don't care if they get hurt. So, Ryan has endeared himself to the people, the public, because of, his quote unquote looks. So he'll be selling fights and making money whether he wins or loses.
He's a pretty boy.
That was the best. That was the best breakdown I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie, that was fire. You cooked.
Thank you.
As for Ryan Garcia, there is not a planet, there is not a universe, there is not an alternate reality in which Ryan Garcia would ever beat Devin Haney. And if I could, I would mortgage my house and I would put all the money on Devin Haney in a masterclass. Devin Haney is going to absolutely fuck Ryan Garcia up, and it's going to be so sad to watch because it's going to kill his confidence, and he's going to look like a completely different fighter moving forward.
I mean, he messed
And
it
it's
up
so
when he
bad.
All
fought.
right,
I
now
mean,
look. If Ryan quitting in front of the entire world didn't kill his confidence, then that probably won't kill his confidence either. What I'm saying is this though.
True.
So basically, Devin Haney, we know I gave Ryan Garcia a 5% chance to beat Devin Haney. It may not sound it may sound a
5%.
little
I
harsh.
like it.
Literally just a left hooker's chance. It may sound harsh, but
No, that's
this
it's
was me
boxing.
giving
That's
Ryan a
facts.
strategy. This what this lie was about, me giving Ryan a strategy. So I don't know if you've seen Muhammad Ali in the 70s. In the 70s, Ali, he took a lot of damage and a lot of punishment because his reflexes weren't the same. But Ali didn't give a fuck. So he always was in position to land his offense. It made him
Yeah,
extremely
take a shot to
dangerous.
give a shot.
He got a lot of
So
bro,
when they say it's a 50-50,
Ali got a lot of
Had
knockouts
one
in
of
the
the
so many
70s.
best
comments said it's a
jabs.
50-50.
Ali almost
I'm gonna be
killed
the
Tank
I'm gonna be
in
the
the
one on
70s.
the panel
Like
that advocates for
he had to
Ryan. I
wave
think
the
he
ref.
got a bigger chance than 3%.
Wait, say that one more time, KJ. You said Ali almost what now?
Ali almost killed different fighters in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
referee had to be waved in a lot because he was sitting down on his shot so much. And he was taking a lot of damage, but he was always in position. I think Ryan Garcia
Well,
has to do that in order for
Yeah.
him to get a win against
Yeah,
Devin
but
Haney.
Devin too
He's
defensively
got competition.
responsible though. We saw
Huh?
that. I said Devin too defensively responsible. We saw that against Regis.
It don't matter. Anybody when you fight in the ring, you're gonna get hit.
No, facts.
You know, Floyd Mayweather got hit. You
Facts. I just
understand?
think that like the shots that like so like of course like I think as a fighter when you're in the ring because I mean I fought my entire life. When you're in the ring, you know what shots you're willing to take and you know what shots you're not willing to take, right? I think that Devin is at the level where he's so elite at picking the shots that he's willing to take or like picking the shots that he sees coming and so like he can roll off them, so on and so forth. That like, yeah, there's a puncher's chance, but it's so small that like Devin is just going, well, Ryan's gonna open himself up.
5%, man.
Facts.
That's why I said 5%.
Ryan's gonna open himself up to so much damage. It's just not gonna matter, bro. He's gonna get hit so much. He doesn't have a great chin. I mean, he's been dropped before, not wobbled, but dropped before, and he's quit. I don't see him like enduring all of that to land the shot. To be honest,
Devin said that he gonna make
Bro,
him
if
quit
Luke
again.
Campbell could drop him, I could only imagine what is. I
Well,
don't know.
I feel like Devin
I
gonna
don't know.
drop him
actually,
like 2 or 3 times.
can I comment on that?
Yeah, what's up, Levi?
Sorry, I'm coming in, right? I'm saying we saw Ryan get dropped. Yeah, we saw him get dropped, but we haven't seen him get hurt to the point where he gets knocked out like with a hit to the head. Yeah, there was Tank, but that was a body shot, and let's be honest, he probably just didn't get up because of his own choosing.
I mean, Tank knocked him down in the second with a hit to the head as well, though.
Yeah, but he got up.
Yeah, he's never
once
been
they hit him
wobbled.
in
Just
with
say
a
that he's
body
never been
shot.
wobbled.
Yeah, he's
He
never been
most
like
likely
stunned.
He's never
didn't
had the
get
stanky
up.
leg.
He's been dropped though.
So we don't know the full
Basically,
extent of
to
Ryan's
be
opinion.
honest, what y'all are revealing is that if Ryan had a tougher mentality, his ass would be even more dangerous.
Hey,
Yeah, Ryan, he had like a
yo,
little
you know
pussy.
who
He
had the
get hit
best
and he'd be
stinky
like, "Oh
leg?
shit."
You just reminded me, bro. You know who had the best stinky leg, bro? You remember
Who?
when Canelo fought Austin Trout?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
Oh no, y'all remember when Adrian Bruner fought Madonna? Oh my god.
Madonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
You know
the
what?
funniest
That
shit
boy
I
with
ever
the
seen.
With a lot of stuff that Broner was doing in that fight, like what was that thing where he tried to hump Madonna?
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
big.
that was-
Knock
Oh,
this
no,
guy
no,
out.
no.
Knock him out.
Look,
Disrespectful.
And then Madonna did it back to him. It was just
Yeah, it was
that
that
was
was
the
crazy.
gayest shit I
Like,
ever
we
seen.
need a rivalry like that.
like
Yeah.
I have this rule for myself. I try
We
not
need
to laugh
another
at people
boxer
getting
like
knocked
AB,
down
man.
because it like outside looking in because I've been in the ring. It really hurts. It hurts you. It's more mental than physical when you get knocked down, bro.
That's a
And so I
fact.
try not to laugh.
For me,
It's
as a boxer and shit, I always tell myself I only care about my own perspective on myself when it comes to boxing.
I see
Most
what you're
people
saying.
mean you well. So like if I get knocked out, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be like,
everybody
well,
get knocked out.
yeah, but people are gonna try to give you hell about it. But these are the same people that would never, even if you paid them $1 million, would never get into the ring.
They've
They
never
say they
laced up
would,
the gloves
but
before.
once they start walking to the ring, they be like, you know what? Fuck that. They will hit an about face so
These are
quick.
the same people who will
Bro,
get
when I
punched in the
first
face
laced
in
up
a
my gloves,
fight.
bro, I was so scared.
These are the same people who get punched in the face in a fight and then close their eyes, literally.
Yeah. So it's like you can only take people words so serious. You can only take their criticism so serious when they're not really participants inside of the sport. Because some people, if they were to go in there, they wouldn't even talk the same about it. But since they've never done it,
Facts.
they speak with a lot of gumption. They speak with a lot of pride and bravado.
Exactly.
That
Hey,
Uh,
it's matter of fact,
what's so funny? That's a very underrated comment because you're right. A lot of people I remember when I first lifted my gloves, sparring, bro. I was scared, like
Terrified.
these
for
motherfuckers that be
real.
scared and
I'm talking
sparring,
about like shaking. Like I
real.
couldn't stop my body from shaking. I was
Like yo,
terrified.
I can't believe I'm thinking to myself, yo, I can't believe I'm going in there and I'm
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Something.
my game.
I
I've
think.
never been so scared a day in my life. Like this is sparring.
Something.
But
I.
if I could see like Devin, like I'm gonna be honest, I think Devin is I won't say the best, but he's my favorite out of all of these guys because of his path moving forward. Like you talking about a guy he's gonna beat Ryan. I mean, he's gonna walk through him.
Probably.
Then he has the option to fight Tank. He has the option to fight Tio. He has the option to maybe fight Shakur, maybe not, or he
He
can move
should.
up and he can fight
Or
Mario Barrios or Keith
or
Thurman.
if
It's like,
or
bro,
things go right for him, Matthias, because I think Haney's
I don't
back
think
with
he want
Matchroom, and
Matias.
I heard Matthias just signed with Matchroom.
Yo, if Haney fights Matias, his resume is gonna be
Amazing.
loaded like a fucking potato.
Yeah, but
Like,
I think they're
good
probably
lord,
trying to set that fight up with Tio next. Him and
Yeah, I hope they
Matthias.
do. Oh my God.
that'd be good too. I think, man, people they get to see every time that Tio fights that you cannot overrate him because of one performance. Like Tio is not a guy where you could bet on him every night. So everybody assumed that Tio would beat Matias. I think Matias has that's like a damn near 50-50 fight
Against who?
Yeah, but
against Tio, and neither one of them are going to be
Oh,
going
Tio
fast.
against
That's gonna
Matias?
be
yeah,
that's going,
yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
That's
Wait,
gonna be
yeah. I
Give me
believe
Tio.
more
Give me
in.
Tio 8 rounds.
Yeah, I
I'm
believe more in
taking
Tio's
Matias
ability to
fuck up.
beat Matthias than his ability to beat Haney right now.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't think he could beat Haney. I don't think he could beat Haney. Tio he don't know how to cut off the ring. But
I
against
yeah,
Matias, I think that he's gonna look.
Hold on, you think
Camboso,
Tio can beat Haney?
No,
no,
fuck
Tio
no.
can't
no.
beat
He said
Haney.
Matias.
nah.
We're talking
Tio
Matias.
will do the same thing, Haney will do the same thing Ortiz did and make it look much better. Like the judges wouldn't
Yep.
be able to rock. Wouldn't be able
Matthias'
to rock.
style is made for a guy like Tio. He's not gonna run. He's
But
just gonna
if
stand there in the pocket and try and trade with him.
Camboso stood there and traded and
That's a
But
dangerous.
he
Yo,
kind of
that's a
looked
dangerous
past
way to
Cambosis
fight,
though.
bro.
He was looking
look,
past him.
listen. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I think Sabril has 100% knockout ratio.
He do. Yeah, no, fact. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that the issue with Matias is, number one, he is a little flat-footed. He sits on those shots. That's number one. Number two, Tio is so underrated for his technical ability, bro. His ability to place his punches, how accurate he is, his ability to use his jab, his ability to utilize pop from both hands. Like, man, Tio is a fucking nightmare on a good night, bro.
Yeah, offensively, Tio is a nightmare.
He is a nightmare.
But it seems like the only way that you could wake up from that nightmare is if you can move your feet. So Sandra Martin, he wasn't in a nightmare, and Jermaine Ortiz wasn't in a nightmare. It looked like
Move
they
your
was
feet.
Let me ask you this:
Jab.
Did you have Jermaine
Don't be
Ortiz winning?
stupid.
Yeah, the only person that was really in that nightmare with Tio was Josh Taylor. That was it.
Oh yeah, he fucked up Josh Taylor.
Oh yeah.
That was a great fight.
That was
That
If he
was a
wanted to,
damn
he
good
probably
fight.
I've
could have
never been high
stopped
on
Josh
Josh
Taylor.
Taylor. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been high on him.
Man, what he did to
I've always thought he had a
him,
weak division.
I feel like he lost against Regis that first one.
He did. I edged
Yeah, he
Regis
did.
in that fight, but that's personal preference. It could have gone either way.
Well, a lot
Hey,
of
Pepper, what's up, man? How you doing?
I think a lot of Josh Taylor's fights, they were very close and could have gone either way. Like I was watching the Ramirez fight the
Josh
other
Taylor's
day,
a warrior,
and
bro.
those knockdowns were really the only thing that saved him from losing that fight.
Cook.
What's
But
up,
yeah,
gentlemen?
man.
What's up? I know I missed a lot.
Man, so what you think about Lomachenko, bro? What goes on from here with him?
He's
So
gonna hit a
people
decline.
He
talking
whoops.
overrated.
He whoops
become an
Cambosis.
all-time. He's about to become an all-time gatekeeper. One of the hardest gatekeepers.
Hold on, that's a sad statement because this guy, he is
I
going
love
into the Hall of
that.
Fame one day.
All-time
Hey,
Hall of Fame
look, hey.
gatekeeper.
If you guys
think-
understand how the rooms are
He
rated,
said
A
he's one of the
plus
hardest
deep side,
gatekeepers. I like
he is
that.
a good gatekeeper
Oh,
fighter.
that's a-
He's going
that's-
like Keith Thurman is a gatekeeper.
Facts.
Yeah.
So we got to look at all our gatekeeper fighters
Oh,
because
Keith
we need
Thurman?
those guys
You talking
to
about
be in
Keith Thurman?
position.
Gatekeepers,
guys
they're the
guys like
ones
Mickey
that
Ward.
allow you to know whether or not you're dealing with a champion or just a prospect.
Cook.
That's right.
It's like,
Now, I do
about
think
that.
he's gonna hit a decline though. He's getting to that point where like age is catching up. Father Time
Yeah.
is
Bro,
gonna beat him.
Loma's a what,
Yeah.
35?
Especially with his style, he has a young man style.
I
So
mean,
Loma, he fuck around and fall off in 2 years. We don't know, but all I know is that anybody that has to fight Lomachenko, even if Loma like 38, it's a dangerous
Bro,
fight
it's
for
a
that price.
long night. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, then. Okay, I just got my head today. Pacquiao talking about Terrence Crawford.
Man, Pacquiao old ass packed up.
Man, I
He's
don't want to talk
that's
about
his
it.
first
I heard
fight.
about this, but
That's his
Pacquiao's
first
also talking
fight.
about the
Nah,
Olympics.
Man, if
He's all
that's a
over the
good
Pacquiao
place.
sit
fight.
his
That's a
ass
good fight for
down.
Bud. But
Yeah, they put it
let's
out
be
there.
real,
Well,
Bud only wants
Pacquiao,
a payday now, so
Pacquiao's coming.
that's a good
He
fight.
don't need a payday. No, he don't
He
need
gonna
That's
that.
not
fucking
what he
kill
said.
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao,
He
That's
look,
want,
not what he
Pacquiao
he don't
say,
need
said.
a
hey,
payday. He
He
needs a
does
big
need a
fight.
payday.
That ain't
no,
Bud's own words, bro. Bud's own
he
words said
don't
he's
need a
going for
payday.
big
He
fights.
don't need a payday when he's opening up a whole country and built
No,
half of the town. I don't think
hold
he
on,
Oh
need a
no,
time
I'm
out.
talking
payday.
he
about
need
Bud.
Time out,
he
time out.
Oh, you talking
Does
about
Terrence
Bud?
Crawford need a
Yeah,
payday though?
nah,
He
Pacquiao's
said
pretty.
Crawford. Yeah, he said Crawford.
Well, no,
yeah,
Yeah,
but
does
he
no.
doesn't need a
Does
big
Pacquiao
Crawford need
calling
a
payday.
out
payday?
Crawford.
He
Crawford
needs
ain't calling out
he
Pacquiao.
needs like more than one big fight a year.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Pacquiao's calling out Crawford.
Yeah,
Crawford ain't
Pacquiao
paying
just talking
Pacquiao no
shit.
mind.
He don't
I
want
think
that
there's
He
a
just
bit
fight.
of
talking mess, bro. He
a
got
miscommunication. In
if
my
Pacquiao
opinion,
wanted
I
to
think it's
fight
a good fight for Bud
Crawford,
to take
but
the
would you
if
say
money.
that
Pacquiao
Terrence
wanted to
Crawford need
fight
a payday?
Crawford, he would have fought him when he was active. They were both signed to Top Rank.
Well,
Cook.
Thank
well,
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well.
but
Right
then
now, as of
Pacquiao got
today,
short end of the stick against
Pacquiao's
Jeff
coming
Ford.
out of retirement, and he said he's looking at Tank. He said he listed it. Go Google, and you can
Boy,
say
he trying to
research.
die.
He also said he would fight Conor Ben.
No, it's no laughing matter. This business
No,
at the end
for
of the
sure.
day, guys. You guys can
I
laugh.
made a live about it. I made a
Bro,
live
Hey,
about it.
Pacquiao
Pacquiao
trying to
Like
get
fighting
hurt
like
that
Tank,
ring
He
bro.
fight.
just talking though. You know,
bro,
Tank not gonna move up to 147
the
from him.
Tank fight
Yeah,
is
he's
better. No,
not,
the Tank
bro.
fight is
That's what I'm
better.
saying.
And
I don't
Pacquiao
even
definitely
think
not
Tank
gonna
is
make
gonna move up to
135.
140.
Yeah, Tank even said after the Barrios fight that he'll never fight at 140 again or some shit like that.
No, he was just Tank after the fight. Listen, after the fight, you got high emotions. Tanks be saying a lot. He
KJ,
said
man, come
he
on,
would never
man.
fight
Look, I
Barry. He said he
told
would never
look,
Bro,
fight
Tank
Big
is
Holyfield.
scared, bro.
He said he'd never go to 140. After the fight, that you have a high emotions. Tank don't have
Hey,
a choice but to go to 140 because all of his contemporaries are
that's
going
a
to 140.
fact.
KJ. So
Respectfully,
that's what I'm saying about saying
hey,
because like I said before, because we discussed that on the last live. I'm like, hey, look, if Tank actually go to 140, then I'm gonna look at him a little sideways because of that Ryan Garcia fight. And I'm saying, and I said this. I said, hey, look,
And the
if
Barrios
Tank
fight.
want to be great, he has to fight at 140. There's no other way
Yeah,
around it, bro.
hey,
yeah,
y'all
he's
might
going to
also
he's going to go
y'all
there
might
though.
agree with
Trust
my
me, he's
take
going to
then.
140. Trust me.
And
Y'all
the
might
Ryan
agree
He
with
fight
my
has
and the
to,
take,
bro.
Barrios
but I
fight, he
think that
put the
Tank,
rehydration cause on Barrios too.
I think that Tank I think that Tank respectfully is cherry picking his career. I'm gonna be
Of
honest.
course
I
he
think
I
that
think
is.
so too.
Yeah.
Because he
Tank
ducked
only
Tevin
wants to
Former at
fight
130.
Tank only wants to fight fighters he know he can beat.
And under his conditions.
And he's a great fighter. But fighting a guy like Devin Haney, he gets washed. I'm sorry. I
I
said
don't
this on Plenty
think.
of Lives,
He's
and
ducked
people are like,
so
oh
much
no, he
comp, bro.
beats him.
It's not even
Like
fun.
Devin Haney
Do
would
you
like
think,
clear that shit.
KJ? Do you think if Tank would have moved up in weight and fight Ryan Garcia, do you think he would have won?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
It would have been
Okay,
more difficult
that's
for
fair.
him,
That's fair.
but he still would
That's
have
fair.
won.
That's fair.
I
But
mean,
I'm
Like
the
saying
fighting a
like,
guy
why?
like
But
like
why he
fighting a
move up
guy
to
like
skill-wise,
Haney
$140?
at
it wasn't
140.
close skill-wise. Like skill-wise, it wasn't close at all.
It wasn't.
No, of
Like
course it
they're in
wasn't.
different
Of
like
course it
solar
wasn't. But
systems.
yeah, but
But
5 pounds do make a
Tank versus
difference, and
Haney
that's
at 140, y'all tripping. He said, "Cook what? Yeah, you're smoking."
Tank. Devin Haney at 140. Yeah, okay. No,
Whoever said that is smoking some of that stuff that Keyshawn Davis gave up.
Hey, how y'all feel about Keyshawn Davis?
I like
Love
I
him.
Keyshawn,
think
man. He's
Keyshawn
a
Davis
damn
has a
good
very
fighter,
high
Keyshawn is
bro.
spirit.
nice. Keyshawn is
Yeah,
nice.
Keyshawn,
He has
nice
a very
man. I
high
like him.
spirit.
hey man. So Devin Haney, well, he about to sign with PBC, right? Well, what was that news about his contract?
Oh,
Devin,
well,
whatever
Devin
contract
Haney's
he
his
do
own
is gonna
boss,
be
I
one of
think.
those independent type contracts where it's like how Canelo's doing independent fight deals.
Yeah.
Devin, wherever he goes, it'll be like a
But
couple
yo,
fight deals
I
and
ain't
then
gonna I ain't
go.
gonna front. Canelo's still a G because Showtime's still paying him. So Showtime was all like, hey, look, we gonna drop boxing, but we ain't dropping Canelo. That's some gangster stuff. I ain't gonna front.
That's cool. Yeah, that is a great.
I ain't gonna front. That's gangster.
That is great
huh,
negotiation.
That's
Okay, so look,
gangster.
it's PBC that still has Canelo.
how far do y'all see Haney
Yeah,
going?
Someone
that's what
said
I'm saying.
Keyshawn
Showtime
versus
still paying
Tio
him.
How far do y'all see Haney going?
in the
Because like,
comment.
if he does move up to 147, you got guys like Mario Barrios.
I don't think he should go to 147.
You don't think
147,
so?
bro.
Um,
No.
Not until he
Wait,
by the
30,
time
147
he
too
gets
big
up
for him?
there,
34,
Crawford's probably already going to
147.
be gone.
I think he should be he should
Bro,
retire
if
like
Terrence
at the
Crawford
he
moves
shouldn't go
up
to
and
the
wait and fight
150.
Canelo, I'm gonna be
Yeah, because he ain't gonna
mad,
be able to
bro.
beat Boots at 147. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm already mad at Canelo already. If Terence Crawford actually move up in weight and fight this dude, I'm gonna be mad, bro. Like for
Who he
real,
gonna
for
fight?
real.
Who you talking about?
But why would you be mad when it's
Spence?
about the money at the
Because
end of the day?
David Benavidez is sitting right there, bro.
But it's
I'm not
about the
trying to
money
hear
at the
that.
end of the day. The
Look,
Well,
money.
it's
no,
he's
now
most
that's a
likely
good
going to
point.
go
Nah,
after
Benavidez is
Jamal
the big
No,
Charlo.
fight.
Kevin talking about something different. Kevin's talking about if he doesn't fight, if Crawford don't fight Boost, but Chavo is talking about Canelo and Benavidez. Canelo and Benavidez will make more money
I
than
swear to God,
Canelo
it
and
will.
Crawford. It's just
It
that Canelo don't want to
Way
fight
more
anymore.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
he's
if they
been
do
It
it
doing
on
would,
this
but
for
it
synchronism.
like
would,
about 4
but
years.
it
ready,
would,
bro.
but in history, that fight'll never happen.
Let me t-
Yeah,
let me tell you something right now.
He's been the mandatory for 4 years.
Like
Yep,
Canelo just
yep.
Exactly. And
ducking
let me
that
tell you
shit. He's
something right
scary,
now.
but it's cool.
And I will stand by this.
There are
I will
weight
stand by
classes
this.
for a
respect.
reason. As much as I like
believe
Bud,
David
and as skilled as he
Benavidez will
is,
beat the brakes off of Canelo.
No, he wouldn't. Stop it.
Who?
Yes, he
Stop
would.
it.
Yes, he
Stop
would.
it.
No, I think
Say that
David
again.
Benavidez will stop Canelo. I believe.
I would
Who would
say
stop Canelo?
Oh, I thought you said.
David.
I
Wait, he
think
said
Benavidez will
Crawford.
stop
I don't
Canelo
want to
within
hear
10
that.
rounds.
Wait, I thought he
David
Nah,
said
I
Crawford.
think
Benavidez
David
Stop
Benavidez leaves
Canelo in
himself open
10
too
rounds?
much.
let me tell you
Wait,
something.
hey,
It's David
Shabu, you
Benavidez'
said
time,
Crawford or
bro.
you said Benavidez?
It's his time. He will
I'm
beat
lost, man.
he
Come
will
on,
beat
guys.
the
You're having
brakes
too
off of
many
Canelo.
conversations. Stick on. Come on. Who said what? What was that
That's
last
what I'm
statement?
saying.
settle
Did he
I
say
down.
think
Crawford or
Hold on.
I believe David Benavidez. That's what we're saying. We think
Oh,
David
David
Benavidez will stop
Benavidez will beat the
Canelo.
brakes off of Canelo. I said
fuck
it.
no.
I,
Stop it.
I was
I
Stop
saying
it.
it.
believe
Same
that. I
Stop
Benavidez
believe
it.
that
that.
got
Who said
Okay.
dropped
stop it
by a
right now?
jab?
No,
I believe
I'm
that.
dead serious.
Y'all
Man,
disrespecting
Canelo gonna
Canelo's
put some
chin.
shit on David
Y'all think
Benavidez,
10
boy.
y'all
No,
think he's
no, no,
stopping
no
him in 10
disrespect
rounds?
to it. This is boxing, man. Always
I'm
remember, we
not
don't
disrespecting
disrespect fighters,
Canelo,
man. It's not
but
No, I'm
about
David
that.
saying
You gotta
Benavidez
He's
is
an
realize
he's
Canelo
older
putting
don't got
weight on
fighter.
nothing.
his chin.
no.
Okay. How tall is Benavidez? How tall is that
He's
young man?
6'1",
He is.
6'1",
6'1",
6'2",
How tall?
something.
How tall is Canelo? How tall is he?
Like
he's
5'8".
5'8".
Oh, right. How long? And how long Benavidez' arms?
Very
Long, way
long.
Like a
longer than
7
Thank
or
Canelo.
you.
something
You got to
because
look at the tail of
Benavidez
the.
don't use his long
Wait, guys.
arms
I'm gonna
though.
shut up. You
his
got to look
only
at the
chance
tail of
is
the
keeping
tape
him
You're
like
in
not
you
the
do
about to
fight.
sit there and
football,
tell me that Canelo
basketball.
about to fight him
You
in the
got to look
inside,
at the
bro.
tail of the
You're
tape.
not about to tell me that.
Hold on,
Hey,
respectfully. Look, I don't even care. Like, look, you gotta think about it like this. Canelo has the experience edge. Number one. That's the main thing that he has the edge over. You got to talk about a guy that fought Floyd Mayweather. You got to talk about a guy that fought fucking goddamn his name his fucking slipped my
Bivol.
brain. But you got a guy who's fought all of these big fights,
You
so
saw
he
what
knows what it
happened
is
when
to
he
get in there.
fought Bivol,
He know.
right?
Hold on. He knows what it is to get in there on the big stage and perform at a high level. That's number one. Number
Yeah,
two, you got to
That's
talk
not
about a guy.
Benavidez.
You got to talk about a guy. You got to talk about a guy who has enough pop to keep David Benavidez off of him. Because look at the trend here.
no, you
That's
crazy,
Your
bro. I
mouth.
can't agree with
hell
you on
Yes, he
that.
does. David
hell
Benavidez got
yeah.
dropped by a jab.
Benavidez has
All right.
every package tool that is needed with the
But he
zeal
don't
that
have
he
the
He's
has,
been
being so
experience,
exposed
young.
though.
bro.
He's been
It's
exposed.
his
All right,
turn.
Canelo
No,
Canelo
guys,
will
hold
expose
it's
him
his
on.
though.
turn. And Canelo
He don't have
It's
the
his
he knows
time,
it's his
bro.
experience.
turn. It's his
It's his
turn.
Canelo
time.
can see it. Canelo can
Canelo's
see
time
it.
is over.
Benavidez
Yeah,
is the next
Canelo
up.
time is over. He can see
It's
Benavidez
over,
going
bro.
to take over the Mexican Spanish
All right,
culture, and
man.
he's going
We
to be
gonna
the face
see.
of boxing.
That's
He's
why
not
Canelo
gonna
not
take
gonna
over the
fight him.
Mexicans because he don't even
I'm
claim
going to
us. He
address
don't
It
claim
something
don't
that
Mexicans.
matter. It
somebody
don't. You can
said.
say
It
what
does
you
to
want to say.
Mexicans.
Always remember, there's 8 billion people on the earth. Just because you might not, there's another million that's going to
That's
sit and watch that
Exactly.
guy
Yep,
fight.
they
Come
still
on,
gonna
man.
Thank
check
you.
this out.
he's
Check
still gonna
this
take the
out.
throne. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna address these what somebody said about Benavidez, and I'm gonna go get out of here because it's like one something, and I've been up here for like an hour. But listen, Canelo, as far as him having enough pop to keep Benavidez off of him, I disagree because he didn't have enough pop to keep
Heavily.
Bivol off of him. I don't
Who?
know if you
Wait,
noticed or
who?
not, but David Benavidez is actually bigger and taller than Dimitri Bivol. There's a picture of them standing next to each other.
Wait, do you know Bivol has a
But
fucking
number
chin?
two, hold up. Number
He
two,
didn't. He couldn't
as
even
far as
hurt
David
Beaver. What are you
Benavidez,
talking
Yeah,
about?
because he
as
has a
far as
chin.
hold up.
He
As
didn't
far
even
as the
land a lot of
experience
punches
is,
on Beebles' chin
David
though. It was
Thank
all his
Benavidez
you.
started
arms.
He was
fighting
too
Triple G
big.
as a 14-year-old teenager. So David Benavidez has all type of experience. It's just that you didn't see him fight
No, 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 no.
those
When I say
fighters.
experience, I'm talking about against high level opponents. That's what
You're
I'm
not.
talking
You
about.
didn't hear what I just said. David Benavidez was 14 sparring with Triple G. So
That's
when you
sparring,
talk
bro.
about,
Come
how you
on.
think? Do you know that? Do you know that David
Still,
Benavidez, as soon as
A
he
man
that
started
counts,
14
coming
bro.
years
up on
old.
the scene,
I'm
he
talking
got
about
his title
big big
like 3
stage
years.
fights against high level
Man, you
opponents.
can
Yeah,
get big stage
you're not,
sparring,
you're
brother,
not,
getting
Stop
knocked
it.
out in
I heard you.
sparring.
You
What are you
said that
talking
David
about?
you're not
Benavidez
listening
fought
to what
Triple
I'm
G when he
saying.
was 14 in a sparring match.
Let me tell
Yeah,
you
you're not
something,
You're
listening
not
to
bro.
what I'm
listening,
saying.
bro.
You're not. You just talk. Listen. After that, do you know that David Benavidez he got his title in like 3.5 years? Like it was one of the fastest tracks to when someone turns pro to getting the title.
Bro, the only thing that
Outside of
stopped
the
David
lowest
Okay,
Benavidez was
okay. So KJ,
himself.
let me ask you this:
I'm
KJ,
just saying.
who was his
Yeah.
biggest fight in that 3-year span?
You talking about the David Benavidez' biggest fights is Caleb Plant and Andre. We know that.
And that was a great
Perfect.
fight.
And out of those guys
And
that you
Jarrell.
just named, which one of them are elite fighters?
All of them.
Caleb
Or
Plant
all
is
of them.
is
A
the-
plus
is
fighters.
the top
So he only
fighters
fought
in the
one
world in the
elite
division.
fighter on a big stage fight, and you talk about Canelo's fought 6. That's the difference.
Well,
I'm
how
gonna
many
tell
other
you.
Oh,
big
you can't
fighters?
go like
I'm gonna
that.
tell
Huh?
This fight is gonna look
That's
a
not how
lot
it
like a
works.
miracle.
That ain't how it work, huh?
Andre was
That
a
is how
three-time
it
Olympic.
works when we talk
No,
about
this ain't football and
experience.
basketball. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
gonna look
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for
I work
round
behind the
not.
scenes, and I'm
Bro,
trying to
it's
be
what,
nice.
brother?
I'm trying to educate you. I work behind the
Experience
scenes, but I'm
is
not
one
gonna
of
say
the
nothing
biggest
because
factors
you
when
know
we
Bro,
everything, young man.
Styles
fighting,
make
bro.
Hey,
fights.
look,
There
let
you
me
go,
tell you
T.
what the difference is,
Yes.
bro. Let
You
me tell
don't
you what
know
the
me, but
difference
I work
is.
behind the scenes, and I'm trying to
Hey,
educate
hey,
you. But I'm
let,
gonna shut my
hey,
mouth
let me
because
tell
you
you what
know
the
I've
difference
been
is.
fighting my
Everyone's
entire
cleaning
life,
up.
bro. Just let
Hey, let
me
me,
educate me on that.
hey, let me tell you what the
People, can I
difference
change the
is, bro.
subject real quick?
When you talk about David Benavidez, they scared of him. They ain't scared of Canelo.
And that's
Thank
facts.
you.
I'm
That's
gonna go ahead
They
and
facts.
end it
scared of
right there.
Benavidez,
They
bro.
Hey,
scared
bro,
of him.
listen, I'm gonna
They
follow you.
scared of
Hey,
him.
when the fight
A lot
happens,
They
of
I'm gonna
don't
come
fighters,
want
back
him.
here and I'm gonna say I
they will
told you
never
so.
admit it, but a
Oh,
lot
we
of
gonna
Jews
wait
out
for you to
there,
They
come
don't want
back.
to
We
admit it. They
definitely want to
scared of
wait for
him.
you
I'm
to
gonna be
come back.
back. Oh
they
God,
scared
We
of
got
David
love for you over
Benavidez.
here.
They
Wait,
We
scared
ain't
of
mad
him,
at
can
you
I,
bro.
for
can I
coming
change the
back.
All
We
subject
right,
real
don't
quick?
want
fellas.
you to leave.
I'm gonna be
Y'all
back
have a
when
good
they
night.
fight.
Can I say
Sheffield,
something?
Levi,
Say something?
Miami, Sabo, Cam the
Alright.
Bandman, Boxy
Hey,
Dragon.
appreciate
Thanks
it,
for
man.
coming up,
Appreciate it.
man.
All right,
Thank you.
bro.
Yeah, hey,
Live
All right,
appreciate it,
y'all.
live.
bro. Have a
Appreciate
good
y'all.
night.
Much love to all you guys and be safe.